Hi, do you know about critical degree? I think you know about critical degree, that is the 0 degree to 1 degree or 29 degree, around 29 degree to 30 degree. This kind of degree, when any planet is sitting in such kind of degrees, that is known as critical degree. And now so many planets are going through critical degree. Like Venus is less than 1 degree in Piscean now in Purvabhadrapada Nakshatra. Saturn is also in Purvabhadrapada Nakshatra, that is 1 degree. Venus, yesterday Venus was in 1 degree, today Venus is even lesser than 1 degree, and Saturn 1 degree, Rahu 2 degree, and Mercury also 2 degree. Retrograde, Venus and Mercury both are retrograde, and so 4 planets here in Piscean, 4 planets in Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra, 4 planets are in 1 degree, less than 1 degree, and 2 degree. Again, Saturn in 1 degree, Venus less than 1 degree, Mercury 2 degree, and Rahu 2 degree. And in some other house, that is in Cancer, other sign Cancer, Mars is 1 degree in Punarvasu Nakshatra. Mars being 1 degree in Punarvasu Nakshatra, 4th pada is always Vargottama pada. Okay, so debilitated in D1 as well as D9 Mars. And how many planets? Then 5 planets: Mars, Saturn, Rahu, Venus, and Mercury. So 2 debilitated planets are there. Mars is debilitated in Cancer, and Mercury is debilitated in Piscean. So 2 debilitated planets, 1 exalted planet, Venus, all are there below 2 degree. You can say 2 degree, below 2 degree, 1 to 2 degree, below 1 degree, something like that. The critical degrees, always critical degree, there are 2 type of critical degree. One is 0 1 degree, near about 1 degree, 2 degree, below 2 degree and all. And another critical degree is 29 degree, around 29 degree or above. So 29 degree and above, any planet is there, that is finishing of any work. Okay, and we come to this earth to finish our work. If all the work or all the like pending karma is done, definitely we will not take bath again. So we have come to this earth means the pending karma is there. So when there are so many planets in 0 degree, 1 degree, so many things are happening, starting, beginning of some projects. Okay, when 5 planets are there near about 0 degree to 1 degree, 1 degree to 2 degree, then beginning of some projects. Which kind of project? Is it positive, is it negative? Venus is exalted, some positive projects could be there, but debilitated Mars is there, although house is different, but debilitated Mars, debilitated Mercury is there, and Rahu Saturn is something very crucial. Some of the like astrologers say Saturn Rahu is not Shapit Yoga, but there's a large number of my clients are having Saturn Rahu conjunct, be them 68 69 born, or they are 79 80 born, or 92 born, something like that, all, and or 2003 born. So many Saturn Rahu conjunct are there. Very surprisingly, most of the Saturn Rahu conjunct are always, they always come, most of the time they come with good position of Jupiter. Okay, a major portion of 2003 Saturn Rahu conjunct is Jupiter exalted. A major portion of 1968-69 also Jupiter in, not exalted, but Jupiter is in Leo, which is very strong, very good. And after that 79-80 also Jupiter is exalted. For some time Jupiter is exalted, Saturn Rahu conjunct is there. Either Jupiter is exalted or Saturn Rahu, in between Saturn Rahu, Jupiter is present in Leo, which is again a good position for Jupiter. And after that to 1968-69 also Jupiter is in Leo. And after that 1979-80 I told, 92 around, not exact, I do remember 92 or 93, but all this time, that time also Jupiter was exalted in Cancer. So whenever Saturn Rahu conjunct is there, it is saved by Jupiter exalted or Jupiter in Leo. So Jupiter in Leo generally give you immense capability in your hobbies. So many hobbies are there, and in different nakshatra, Jupiter is in Magha. You are interested in healing, in astrology, or any ancient like knowledge, like it can be history or it can be anthropology kind of thing. And Jupiter in Puru Falguni, it can be acting or any kind of artistry, painting kind of thing, acting, poetry, all these type of things and are there. In Jupiter is in Uttar Falguni, you are a good leader. Can be possible that in your subject you are teaching somewhere, you are the most senior one, or you are having in charge of something, or in an organization, not in teaching, in some other organization also. Jupiter in Uttar Falguni, in Leo, you are head of some organization or head of a particular branch kind of a thing. And Jupiter exalted, you know it very well, they are good gurus. And in Pushya they can be in food industry, they can be Aslesha in medicine, any kind of medicine, especially the medicine means MBBS. Okay, it is possible. And all these things, all these Punarvasu, Pushya and Magha, Aslesha, Puru Falguni, Uttar Falguni, all these 6 nakshatras Jupiter is sitting along with Saturn Rahu. Now Saturn Rahu can be in Piscean, okay. Saturn Rahu can be in Leo, 1979. Saturn Rahu was in Leo, 79-80. Saturn Rahu was in Leo, and after that 92-93 Saturn Rahu was in Capricorn, and again Jupiter was exalted. And 2003-2004 also, 2003 Saturn Rahu was in Taurus and Jupiter was again exalted. So somehow before that, like before 1968, 1955, Dawood Ibrahim was born in 1955. Then Jupiter was not exalted that time. Very sorry. Again, when Dawood Ibrahim was born, like Saturn Rahu was conjunct in Scorpio, and Mars, that is last of December, 26th of December. So Saturn Rahu conjunct was in Scorpio, and dispositor of Scorpio, Mars, was in Libra. In I think, I am not 100% sure, but I think it was in Swati Nakshatra. And again Jupiter was in Leo. Jupiter was in Leo, I think in Magha only. So somehow whenever Saturn Rahu goes conjunct for some time of the period, not the whole period, it is not possible that Saturn Rahu conjunct and Jupiter exalted or Jupiter in Leo comes always together date by date. It is not possible, but a span, quite a long span in Saturn Rahu conjunct, always Jupiter is exalted or Jupiter in Leo. Like you will watch in Saturn Ketu conjunct, most of the time I have seen 2 particular time period of clients. Aishwarya Rai kind of, there was a time period of Aishwarya Rai's, and that was Saturn Ketu conjunct is there and Jupiter is debilitated. And after 10-12 years also again one time period comes when it is, I think 1996-97 when Saturn Ketu conjunct is there with Jupiter debilitated. Some period of the Saturn Ketu conjunct, Jupiter is in Sagittarius, but some other span of Saturn Ketu, Jupiter is debilitated. So most of the time Jupiter, debilitation of Jupiter or near about, like debilitation of Jupiter or just the previous sign or like Sagittarius comes with Saturn Ketu. So when Saturn Ketu conjunct is there, Jupiter is debilitated, definitely the saving grace is also not there, it's very difficult. But when Saturn Ketu is conjunct is there, but Jupiter is in Sagittarius, it might give you a saving grace of Jupiter. Okay. Now the topic was not Jupiter but Saturn Rahu. The topic was Saturn Rahu is conjunct in Saturn Rahu is conjunct in 1 degree and 2 degree. It's very close. And this time 2025 Saturn Rahu conjunct came for 1.5 months only. Otherwise 1968-69 Saturn Rahu conjunct came in Piscean only, but for 1.5 year. Okay. So this time 2025 Jupiter is in Taurus. So it is not exalted. Jupiter is not exalted or Jupiter is not in Leo. Otherwise every time Jupiter is exalted either or in Leo. Now whatever it is, when so many planets are in 0 degree, 1 degree, 2 degree, then something new is going to happen. Something new is new trend, but whether the trend is positive or negative, how will you judge? How many exalted Swakhetri, strong planets are there? You will see that Saturn Rahu are in conjunction, very tight, close conjunction of 1 degree, and they are very tightly conjunct with Venus exalted but Mercury debilitated. Sun is also there along with them. The Sun already entered Revati. I think second pada of Revati Sun is running. So it is far away. Sun is now. So what happens when Mars is debilitated? Mercury is also debilitated. Although you can say that Mars is there in Cancer and Mercury is there in Piscean, but both of them are in water sign. So it is making a triangle. And in D9 chart also, if you see that all these Saturn, Rahu, Mercury, Venus, everything in D9 chart, current transit is going to Cancer along with Mars and Jupiter both. So there in D9 chart, Jupiter is exalted, but Mars is debilitated. You can say it is Nij Bhanga Raj. Like Mercury debilitated and Venus is exalted in Piscean. So it is also Nij Bhanga Raj, but it is not that harmful because one debilitated, one exalted planets are sitting together. But Saturn Rahu is there. Saturn Rahu, I don't trust Saturn Rahu much. Saturn Rahu is very hard working. It can give you loads of material success if you work very hard. But it is several kind of torture also. The plants are being, the forests, not one or two plants, but forests are being demolished. Somewhere I was reading like 1,45,000 around. 1 lakh, no, so sorry. Probably 2 lakhs. I don't remember exactly. 2,45,000 kind of trees are being cut in a particular. Forests are being demolished. Why? The forests are greenery. Greenery is Mercury. And with Saturn Rahu, greenery means Mercury with Saturn Rahu is huge trees. And Saturn Rahu is very old. Saturn conjunct Rahu is, Saturn is old. Saturn conjunct Rahu is very old. And when Mercury conjunct Saturn Rahu is very old plants. That is, the forest trees are very old. Big and old trees. But Mercury is debilitated. So, forests are being cut. So, Vichara, Venus exalted, is not able to do anything. Recently, I have made one video on exalted Venus with malefics or debilitated planets or any kind of malefics. Debilitated Mercury does not give that much bad impact to exalted Venus because most of the time debilitated Mercury people can be like very philanthropic kind of a thing because Piscean is a sign of philanthropy and all. But will malefic planets, Venus, exalted Venus even does not give any philanthropy kind of Mahan kind of gesture. It does not give a very kind and Mahan kind of a gesture to help others without having your own profit and all these things, which is the character of Venus exalted. It does not come when Venus exalted is sitting with many malefic planets. And everything is happening in 1 degree, 0 degree. So, what is the future? This is one thing one negativity we can predict, that is already we can see and we can explain through it. And if you ask me, I'm very much disturbed because I love trees, I love animals, I love old historical structures and all, which most of the time nowadays people don't value. They have less value for forest being cut. They are less bothered about animals being killed or old structures being demolished or disturbed. Like so many old zamindar houses are there, like very beautiful houses. I don't like current architecture. Currently I think architecture is nowhere, only for very famous buildings or temples kind of things. One architect is being called, one architect or group of architect. Most of the times only builders who does not have any sense of beauty and all, only box type of houses are being made. Somehow I love history, I love forests, and I love animals also. So mass killing of anything, mass killing of animal, mass killing, mass cutting of trees and all these things disturbs me a lot. And if whoever is listening, if there is any person who is also bothered like me, and definitely we are powerless, we cannot go to a particular place and go and take appointment from a particular minister who has given order to cut those forests, and fight with that minister. We are very powerless. By the time if you try to meet such kind of ministers also, by the time through the official procedures we will reach there, by that time all the forests will be cut. And Uttarakhand also, I live in Uttarakhand, and a huge number of like forest patches are finished, and it continued, and many of the river bridges getting washed away during rainy season. Every rainy season, one or two bridges over the river, they are washed away, because when even a child knows, when you are cutting forest for the vast large number of trees you are cutting, then definitely the soil becomes loose, and erosion kind of thing happens. Erosion is something very simple. This kind of massive destructions happens like during rainy season. A bridge is washed away and all these kind of things. So I don't think any of you is interested in environment class. So it's only astrology post. So according to me, if any one of you is bothered and you want any remedy, I think most of the planets are in Piscean and Cancer. Okay, so this is the natural 4th and natural 12th house. Both are water sign. So we can do one thing. Like natural 12th house is having one solid remedy, that is meditation. Any kind of god you follow, you can do chanting for 108 days, 108 times, and you can multiply it as many times as possible. Whichever god you trust, please do some chanting, do some prayer, do some mannat, so that some at least it is reduced. Because by the time I am making this video, I don't know how much of it is destroyed, because I prefer not to watch TV, I prefer not to read newspaper, but I prefer to meditate and chant for more time, because I'm very old. I'm approaching 60 and 57 and a half years old, and I think I feel more comfortable to read astrology, to do astrology, and more comfortable, even much more comfortable to do chanting and to do meditate and to do healing and praying. At my age, this is my age to pray for well-being of the earth. Bye, have a nice time. If you are really bothered and you are meditating for the wellness of the earth, please do comment, and please subscribe. Bye, have a nice time.